Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ngatu Roger from Kagawa University and Toyohashi Sozo University in Japan. Our second presentation is entitled Drivers of NCDs and Mechanism of Action of Mind-Body Complementary and Alternative Therapies, Prospect for ANSO Therapy Research. Background: non-communicable diseases, or NCDs, are known as the most predominant cause of death worldwide, causing about 70% of all mortality. In 2019, NCDs caused over 42 million deaths. They include cancer, cardiovascular diseases or CVDs, diabetes, non-infectious respiratory diseases, mental and neuropsychiatric disorders, blood and immune disorders, etc. And mind-body complementary and alternative medicine, or CAM, uses brain and physical function connection. We have yoga, acupuncture, Qigong, Tai Chi, and also Ensu therapy is included in this category. There are several cases of lung cancer, prostate cancer, neuropsychiatric conditions that have been healed by Ensu therapy, and they are well documented, particularly in Japan and Korea, but research-based evidences are almost inexistent. The objective of this work were first to highlight major drivers of NCDs with a focus on common mental health and neuropsychiatric disorders and cancer as well. Second, to suggest a roadmap for mind-body CAM research. So what are the drivers and causal mechanisms of NCDs? This is the most important section of our presentation. So we have the distal risk factors, and we have the midstream drivers of NCDs, and we have the clinical endpoints, the chronic disease, chronic conditions. So according to the WHO report that we mentioned earlier, we have some behavioral and social risk factors: unhealthy diet, sedentary lifestyle, psychological stress, substance use, smoking, alcohol abuse, poor sleep, etc. And we have other factors that we call environmental stressors. And there are two main categories of environmental stressors, and we separate them into physical and non-physical. Among the physical stressors, we have air pollutant, PM 2.5, PM 10, and others. We have toxic heavy metals, airborne agents, heat, sound waves, etc. And among the non-physical environmental stressors, we have emotional tension, stress in life changes, stress during transitions, for example, loss of someone that you like, during separations, for example, divorce, breakup in a relationship, and we have metaphysical and spiritual imprint factors that we call MSIF or MSIF. Those are what people generally call negative energies. So those factors cannot be seen with our eyes, but we can feel them. Sometimes we cannot feel or see them, but they exist and they can cause the same diseases using the same mechanism as physical, behavioral, and social risk factors. So that is what we call midstream drivers. So those factors behavioral, social, environmental factors, they can cause some physiological changes, immunological changes in the physical body before the development of chronic condition NCDs. And we have CVDs, diabetes, other metabolic disorders, lung diseases, cancer, depressive disorders, anxiety, neurodegenerative diseases, Alzheimer, and dementia, etc. So this summarizes the main drivers or the major drivers of NCDs and how they cause the chronic diseases, from the risk factors to the development of chronic condition. So we continue with the drivers and causal mechanism. So this figure shows a number of signaling pathways and blood biomarkers that can be measured when managing non-communicable diseases. And here we focus on metabolic disorders, mental and neuropsychiatric disorders. So we have some key biological and signaling pathways involved in inflammatory and immune cascade, for example, NF-kappa B pathway, JAK-STAT pathway, and for the neuroplasticity and survival of the neurons, we have, for example, BDNF and TR-kappa B pathways or signaling pathway. And for metabolic and energy regulation, we have other pathways, for example, AKT, mTOR pathway. And for stress response systems, we have, for example, the HJA axis-related pathways. And what are the main blood biomarkers that can be measured when we talk about metabolic disorders, mental neuropsychiatric disorders? First of all, we have some markers related to inflammation, CRP, C-reactive protein, interleukins, C6, TNF-alpha, which is one of the most potent inflammatory markers. And for metabolic indices, we have, for example, vitamin D, you have lipids such as LDL cholesterol, TG or triglyceride, and for neurodegeneration and glial activation related markers, we have, for example, NFL and GFAP. And what are the utility of those biomarkers in clinical practice and research? As I said, so we can target some of those markers according to the type of NCDs, chronic condition, that we are studying, we are researching in our work. They can help the doctors, for example, to prescribe personalized treatment for psychiatric or mental health patients. And you have a tailored treatment. You can predict the drug response in the patient. And also we can move further to conduct some other assays, for example, multi-omics analysis, epigenetic analysis, etc. In summary, what is the main message provided by this work? First, beyond the known dietary, social, behavioral risk factors or NCDs, there are other factors, environmental, physical, and non-physical stressors that we call MCIF. And NCDs drivers may cause the disease either directly or indirectly via midstream factors such as systemic inflammation, vascular damage, endocrine dysregulation, gut microbiome dysbiosis, etc. And MCIFs causes stress and Through this stress, there will be some changes, physiological, immunological changes in the body, and then we have the development of the chronic condition. And NCDs result from physiological, immunological modification caused by those stressors. Thus, in order to evaluate the efficacy of CAM therapies such as answotherapy and others, we use the same diagnostic tools and or imaging technologies. For example, blood tests, you have ELISA, you have Western blotting, you have other tests that are performed at the medical lab in the hospital. And we can also perform some epigenetic assays and radiological or imaging uh, procedures such as chest radiography, CT, MRI for research purpose and for the management of the patient's condition. There is a necessity to integrate multi-omics, biotechnological, and eventually epigenetic analysis in the NCDs preventive and treatment research. Thank you very much for your attention. Kamsa Hamnida